Hey there, all one person that it shows me is in the room. There could be 50 in the room, but right now it only shows me one. How y'all doing? I have been busting my butt to get to this point, and I'm not happy because I'm not where I want to be. Um, I have this thing, but I did not get to the point of actually setting up to be able to live stream carving yet. I've been having all kinds of software issues, which tends to be my thing. Um, so I'm hoping to have it set up soon. But I do have stuff about rocks and I have promises to keep, so I figured I'd do a live stream on the phone, like has been usual. Sorry guys, not a live stream the way I want it to be, but it's a live stream. So another thing, I pulled up a bunch of these buckets, my last few 5-gallon buckets of fire agate that has been tumbled, that hasn't been sold, carving grade and better is in that. Like all of that is expected to have, you know, fire in it. And I've sold stuff that was not expected to have fire in it, and people have showed me great stones they've gotten out of it. So, you know, sometimes you never can tell without actually windowing anything. Hey, Randy. So what I'm going to get into right now is basically I have these two people. One of them ordered $1,000 worth of stuff. Another person ordered $2,000 worth of stuff. And this was back when I was out at the mines. So this is like 2 years ago now. And I didn't really know what I was doing so well now. And I'm pretty convinced that they both got a lot of sand. And I'm forgetting the camera's over here instead of up there. I'm figuring they both got a fair amount of sand and matrix that was not agate um, inside of those packages. So I've talked about replacing it for them, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. Only problem is I thought I had some medium-sized boxes because flat rate is the way to go when you're shipping rocks. And ends up I don't have any of the medium-sized boxes I would like to have, which are different shape than this. Has almost the same cubic inches, I believe, but it's definitely a different shape to where it's not as long and it's more square and it's deeper. So I'm just going to use this as a roundabout guesstimate on what I can fit inside of a box. And honestly, I was having a conundrum. I was up in between. I couldn't pick between just go ahead and sending them stuff I already have in my store, because I already have it packaged and I've already gone through it and I already think it's good enough to sell to somebody, or at least I did when I packaged it. Or just send them some fresh stuff. So I decided to send them some fresh stuff and do this video because I figured, why not? And I have nothing else to talk about right now. I mean, in all honesty, everything that I've been doing has been busting my butt on getting this house in some semblance of a regular order, because I spend so much time doing stuff in this disorder and messing with it that it drives me absolutely insane, the amount of stuff I don't get done because I'm monkeying with other stuff repeatedly. So on that note, I have to keep my phone pretty much plugged in this whole time or it's going to die on me. But on that note, I'll give you a quick little tour around. This is this shelf of stuff that is yet to be listed. This is stuff that has been listed, needs to be listed, clothes that have been listed. So that's my living room, right? Great. This is what I'm all happy about. I had to rearrange my kitchen, but I actually have a livable kitchen now that I can cook in, that I have food in. I'm not worried about anything, that I got some canned goods and some cat food. And almost all of the stuff I've bought has been, you know, washed and cleaned and put away. And it actually looks like a real freaking kitchen instead of like, I don't know what it was, man. But it was not a livable kitchen, that's for sure. And being able to cook my own food and put food in there and have it all in that space and my dishes all in that space instead of on shelves in my living room, it's sort of a big deal. So here I got some fire agate. Nice little segue. Lots of great stuff in these, I know that for a fact. little bit of color peeking out right there. So I am going to load up 2 piles that about fit in that box, maybe a couple pieces that might be a little bit too wide for the box. And those are going to be what I ship to my friends. One of them is in Denmark. I can't remember where the other one is. Yet they're going to have to pay shipping. It was a horrible week buying and selling this week. It was one of the worst weeks I've ever had at that liquidation store. Um, One, I made a couple of bad decisions in panic mode and bought some stuff I probably shouldn't have. And 2, there was almost nothing to buy there this week to get a profit off of. So the good news is that I still have a lot of stuff I need to post from previous weeks. So I'm not hurting as bad, or I'm not going to be hurting as bad as I should be. But the big ticket items that sell fast, the $50 and $100 items that I'm used to getting about $300 or $400 worth of stuff of that a week, there's none of that this week. So I need to grind out and put up, 300 more listings at least. I have about 300. I'm averaging about 300 listings in my store steady, with anywhere from 5 to 20 items selling a day, usually about 5. If I can bump that up and double and triple those numbers, then even if the items that are selling aren't $50 and $100 items, it should still help out a lot. On that note, let me flip that around like that. Put that right there. I'm going to grab some fire agate and put it on the bin over here real quick, or on the table with me. And I should actually move this cardboard so it doesn't get all messed up. I take pictures of this cardboard a lot. I didn't show you these guys, did I? They're all sleepy. Super cute. My super cute kitties. This is gonna wake him up quick, probably. Turn this gooseneck around. That's a good looking hunk of fire right there. Of course I didn't bring a squirt bottle with water. I got one with alcohol though. I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing any color popping up on the edge of this one right here. Still looks like a great potential piece. Anyways, I'm not wanting to dig through every single piece here. I've already pretty much separated this out as stuff that should cut color. All of it has the dark agate look, clear agate on it. What I'll do is I'm just going to separate this out, grab some of the bigger pieces. Now that's a honker right there. Lots of great dark agate in it. And there's a few pieces. You can see it's broken in a few spots, but you're still going to get a piece or two of fire agate out of that. It's not just there though. This is like, looks like it's broken and self-healed over time. Cool piece of rock. Let's start. I'm gonna start piles. This is gonna be loud. I'm gonna start piles. So that one big hunk over in that pile, and this one honestly doesn't even look like it went through my tumble at all. It doesn't look cleaned at all. It's a cool piece of stone, but I don't know that there's actually any potential inside of that. It's like a cool, it's definitely a cool piece of agate, but once again, this is not cleaned up. Like I can tell that it's not a cleaned piece at all. I want another big hunk to sort of match that one. That one has a lot of potential. It has some breaks in it, some cracks in it, but it does have a ton of potential. Ooh, I can see color in that one. It's got some color right there on the edge. A little bit of color peeking out on that one. We'll take that and we will match it up with, yeah, once again, I'm not sure about that. We'll match it up with that. That's got a lot of good dark agate in it. I don't like that one either. All right. These boxes are going to take a bunch of fire, I guess. I mean, the reality is that it's going to be a fair amount, so I should probably just scoop a fair amount on the side and then throw a couple more pieces in that. Oh, I forgot I had you guys all zoomed in. You couldn't see what I was doing there. My bad. I see everybody's comments. I'll read some comments here in a second. So I was basically just scooting a bunch of fire agate over towards each other over there. I wondered how much of that, I mean, that's a fair amount of fire agate right there. Yet, it's a pretty damn big box. That doesn't even really touch the box, that's for sure. Tell you what, you remove all the matrix and the fire agate, not so much space filling. Yet this little box, there's no way it'd fit in there. That's typically my $100 box worth of stuff ships in that and below. Alright, so I know this is my carving grade. What are they asking about? Oh, well, I'll get back to that in a minute. Somebody's texting me about buying something. I know this is my carving grade. This is expected to carve great stones. Has the right color and look, not necessarily having any fire peeking out, but that doesn't mean anything. A lot of times if you have fire peeking out, it's because it got broke. So let me put this here. These need to move out someplace else. And let me put something on that. that's 5 pounds 9 ounces. It's going to have to be padded in some way, or a lot of times the sharp edges rubbing on the cardboard will wear a hole through the shipping box, depending on where it's going, but especially if it's going international. If it was just going to Texas or something like that, I probably wouldn't have any problems, but these things can wear holes inside of the boxes real easily. That one was 5 pounds 9 ounces. Let's see what this other one is. I'll bet you it's not even close to that one, because that one's looking sort of hefty. Ooh, it was close. 5 pounds 6 ounces. That's not too bad. It's relatively close. Gotta make things right. Gotta make sure they're absolutely right, right? So, I wonder if I flip it upside down if it'll... Nope. Orientation is locked is what it's telling me. I wanted to put the camera to where I'm not looking down. I'd be looking up instead of down. But this is the way it is, so here we are. Now this box... I know this box has special stuff in it. I know faux show this box has some special stuff. Oh, well, this one's got color in it, but this all... Not saying that, so... That's like more for being tumbled into a aquarium piece, because it's just basically going to splinter into chips. Looking for some pot sweeteners, not just some possibilities. And I could have swore, but now that I'm going through this box, I'm thinking what I saw on top was not what was in the box. There's some fire showing on this one, and there's a bunch of agate in it with a nice little cave in there. Where was that peak of fire? There's fire showing right here. You can see it winking through there. There's fire showing right there, and there's definitely fire showing on that edge right there. It's small on that edge, but once again, that gives you an indication of the stone. The stone itself is rather large. So I'm going to put it over here in this pile. That's a nice one. Let's see if we can find another nice one to throw in the other pile. Hooking it up. This one's definitely got the color showing out, peeking a little bit. Looks like a nice ledge of fire agate right there. Goes into a triangle. Who knows how much more fire is there? I see green, and that is a great piece of color right there. Can't miss that. Look at that. And who knows how much deeper it's going to go, because that's the edge, and there is a lot of agate over here. And you can see color reverse right there. So that's definitely a good pot sweetener right there. And I'm going to put this one in the other one over here. So let's see what else we got. Yep, this one's got color peeking on it too, and a big flat piece of agate. Might not be much, might be a lot. Can't really tell, except for that it's got color peeking on this one edge right here. But this whole thing is agate, and it had a bunch of spikes and stuff coming off of it, but they got dulled in the wash. So this one I'm going to put over my left side, and I'm looking for one more good honker that has some color peeking out on it. Problem is, a lot of the smaller ones I already put in boxes and sent off to people or sold, whoops, through my Etsy store. A lot of the pieces that didn't go yet were ones that were larger, because they'll be harder to sell. This one's got good color peeking on too. Which one did I just put it in? That one's all soaking wet. Yeah, I just put this one over here. This one definitely has fire stuck in there. It's an odd shape. What's up, Jeffrey Allen? So this one, this might be a real careful carve. This one might have to where it's just a thin layer of fire agate. Not really sure, because you just have like these really cool sort of structure peeking out right there, and then a lot of chalcedony on top of it. I think I'm about done loading these. They're right over 6 pounds a piece. I know they got lots of color, and then there's another one. You can see the color peeking right there. There it is. But, you know, a dude spends $1,000. A dude spends $2,000. And the last thing you want him to do is be fucking disappointed. So, hopefully this will help out with that past disappointment. That's the idea and the plan. You know, if you know you screwed up, try and do something to fix it. It's all that's right. That's what this is. This is me doing something to fix it. Although, once again, they're going to have to pay for shipping. Because my hustling ass is barely making it. Oh, to hell, I'll put this over here. Ooh, is that what I... Now, I thought I saw great color in the bottom of it, but now I think it was just dirt. I'll just put it over there anyways. I think these things are ready to go. This can go back. I already took the best stuff out of it. Now, I myself have paid over $2,000 for less fire agate than this. Easily, I have paid that. Now, typically, those stones were windowed. All of them were windowed in some form or fashion. These are not windowed. So, but I have paid that much and more. All right, guys. This is what I'm going to send to the homies. Horrible with names, but I'll throw this one in on that one. It's got less big ones. It's a bunch of matrix, but it's got this really cool fire agate patch on top. But, you know, they were, you know, some of my best supporters at the time too, because if it wouldn't have been for the purchase of both of these guys, I remember their purchases and the timing of their purchases, because the timing of their purchases when I was out at the mine, if you're one of my viewers at that time 2 years ago when I was out at the mine, that Jake Johnson, I don't see $100. That's good, Jake. You probably don't know anything. At that time when I was out at the mine, those two influxes made it to where I could buy the 4x4 machine I had out there, which ended up causing me all kinds of problems with other viewers in the long run. But without that thing, I wouldn't have pulled out all of the fire agate I did pull out. So, you know, just to respond to Jake Johnson one more time, since I saw his rolling through as I was looking up at the screen. If you want to see everything you get out of fire agate, then buy stuff that's windowed. and you're going to lose a lot of color that way, because that's just the way it goes. But if you're only going to buy stuff because you see purples and reds and blues in it, then the majority of the stuff you're going to buy, when you go to polish it, those colors are going to be gone. That's just the majority. You know, there are pieces that are so strong or so deep, or the color has so many bars going through it. It just depends on the piece and the location. Anyways, it would be that the one comment that I see when I'm rolling by is the one negative one. So I'm scrolling back to see everybody. We got Margaret in the room, and Randy in the room, and Robert Bradford, and Shane Karabi, and 2080. You were in the room. Hi, 28 people. Paul's, then Sarah. Sarah, yeah, Utah rock. Man, I wish I could get back out to Utah to do some rock hounding, Sarah. Hopefully that'll happen in the near future. That's what a lot of this stuff is going to be geared towards. A lot of the videos I'm going to be coming up with and stuff like that. And I want to window some of this fire agate. If I get the opportunity over the next couple of days before I ship it out, I might live stream windowing it, because the only reason I'm not on a better setup for live streaming right now is because time to clean and move stuff. Otherwise, I would be live streaming from this with it like either here or, you know, right here or something like that. And your guys' view would be way better. It'd all be wired into the computer. But every time I go to do this stuff with Crunch and I go and sign into XSplit Broadcaster, I always have issues. Me and computer software, I have issues. I mean, even me without computer software, I have issues, but... Thank you, Jimmy Scott. Shane said, where does it all come from? All this fire agate came from California. I have no idea when that's going to happen, Mark. Mark asked me when I'm going back to Opal Hill. In general, from what people have told me, is since I've left there, is that the site has been picked a bunch of times with people with jackhammers, and that all of the good spots that I showed people have been basically trashed, and that there's too much overfill to dig out. And so it's not worth digging. That's what a bunch of people have told me. Whatever, if I were to go out there, I'd spend a season out there, and so I wouldn't have those issues. But at the same time, I don't have the financial ability to do that, because it is a labor of love, in that you put a lot more money going out there than you do getting stuff out of it. Especially if you're recording it and stuff like that, because most of the people that dig out of these places and are making a true living off of it are either doing it to where they are mining successfully as an operation, or they're, you know, taking things from places they can't publicize, or they'll go to jail for it, basically, or it might come back to haunt them in one way or another. I don't understand why Mark is so big on publicizing Opal Hill. What up, Shogun? Jeffrey Allen. Yeah, I want to go hunt some more IVR. I definitely do. Mark Rich, sorry, never lost color. Never, in quotation marks. Well, then you don't cut fire agate, because anybody that learned how to cut fire agate lost color. Maybe you're just better than everybody else, Mark. Maybe you're the best in the world the first time you ever did it. Barstow area. No, it is the Riverside area, Shane. That's what it is. It's the Riverside area. Paul asked a great question. How do you chip out the big chunks, or is it just sitting on the ground? Um, the way I was doing it, I ended up finding out was dangerous. And I didn't understand how dangerous it was the whole time I was doing it, because I never had a bad interaction with my equipment. But I did have a friend out there who was digging this stuff out of the ground the way that I was doing it. And I was using basically vibration, and I was hunting the soft spots of the rock and creating vibration through the soft spots of the rock to vibrate the harder agate out. And that was basically how I was removing big hunks of agate. And the problem was is I was hitting forged steel on forged steel, and I never had a problem, but I did have one of my people that slammed these hammers together the way I was doing it, and a piece flung off and buried itself in his ankle. So I believe he got it removed after he got out there, because he couldn't get it out while we were at the mine. It was a very small piece of steel. So I would not actually show you the method that I was using, because the method I was using is dangerous, and I shouldn't show people how to do that, even though I would probably do it again myself. The best way is with power tools when it comes to fire agate, especially when you're in places like Deer Creek and Slaughter Mountain. But if you go to Dave Penny's mine, you're not going to do that. You know, most of the time at Dave Penny's mine back in the day, from what I understand, he used dynamite, and that's why they're able to use the machine they use. So you're basically going to be, you know, on a conveyor belt with water and stone flying by you really fast, and you trying to grab it before somebody else does. If you go out to Dave Penny's mine, which I would advise anybody to do, I thought I was going to be able to do that this year, but it's definitely not working out that way. But hey, maybe if I start making videos every single day, maybe if I make a video every day, maybe that would be a reality. Maybe that would be a possibility. I got to get this place, you know, wrapped up to where I can actually function from one thing to another and transition from doing one thing to another, and that'll probably be a reality. The good thing in my mind is that with everything getting worked out in this house, is it gets me closer to starting to work on the bus and starting to make videos about working on the bus, because working on the bus is the first major step to getting out of here. Well, that and me jumping through a few hoops legally, because, you know, I made a really dumb deal. I made a dumb deal. I'm kicking myself for agreeing to something I should have never agreed to. But Mark Rich, have you seen Canadian Dan Hurd Ocean Stone? I have seen Dan Hurd Ocean Stone. I'm not sure about that. You're welcome, Jake. I hope I didn't share all of my personal information. It sort of makes it sound like I'm giving you my bank account. And my social security number is... Well, I'm caught up on the text, and some of the stuff I don't really know how to respond to. If it's not contextualized, sometimes I get lost from one text to another, and I'm not sure what somebody's saying. So I just don't respond to those ones, to tell you the truth. I am right around the corner, though. That kitchen was a big deal of me being able to function on a regular basis. And let me get these out of the way. And so now this is the next step right here. Running the cord all from there, and then making sure the damn software runs properly. The reality is, at some point I got to get off a laptop, because I think, I don't know. I don't know if a laptop is part of the issue or not, or it's just me and not using the software often enough, and then one little thing changes, and then all of a sudden it's hard for me to use the software. That could very much be what the problem is. But over here in the work area, I mean, I have everything pretty much set up, and I need to carve some fire agate on these wheels anyways, because they're not broken in properly. And the person I bought them from, I mean, she blamed her husband, but neither one of them really knew what they were doing at all. And the proof is in this 600. I think it's a 600. It might be something else. It doesn't want to focus better for me because there's no good light. But you can see that notch right there. And that notch is from putting something sharp on the wheel, which most of you on here know. You know, you ruin soft wheels when you put something sharp on the wheel. So when you're making cabs, for those of you that don't know, because most of the people already know this that watch this video, you know, you're going to use these to take all your edges off before you ever touch these, because if an edge hits your soft wheels, it leaves divots in there, and then your soft wheel could very well be ruined, which this one has a very small one in the face, and then this one on the side, which it shouldn't be too much of a worry. Luckily, they didn't ruin too much else of it. And I mean, I got a really good deal on that. I paid for the Cab King and the Durable in basically new condition between the two of them. I paid the price of the Cab King by itself and went and picked it up, you know, a few hours from here. So I need to put some work in, and I expect to be right around the corner from that. And windowing some fire agate is a great way to break those wheels in. So yay, I'll break the wheels in, and then I'll be ready to make some cabs. Hey, I appreciate the thanks, Jake. I really do. Yeah, I ran into it right at the right time. I had the money in my pocket, and I knew that if I didn't spend it, that I never would. And so I spent it, and now I've been mad and glad multiple times about the whole scenario, because it's exactly how I thought. If I didn't spend it then, I was not going to. Although I've been kicking myself, because if I just would have taken all of that money that I had at one point in time and put it all in one stock and just kept working my garbage job, when that stock blew up this last week, I would have had $100,000 and I could have just cashed out. But instead, that stock, for what I had into it, went up to like $2,000, and I didn't cash out, and I left it alone. And then the next day it flew down to 900, which is still better than the 250 I bought in for. So, you know, I'm still up. On that note, guys, I don't have any stones to cut tonight. I have more work to do to make it to where I can cut stones. It wasn't GameStop. That's funny. The Scum Frog. It wasn't GameStop, but it was Wall Street Bets that made my stock climb. It was one of them. My stock was MedMin, which is a marijuana stock, and it went from being a 17-cent stock over 4 days to being $1.44, and I should have sold when it was $1.30, and I didn't, and then it crashed right before the weekend and flew all the way down to like 45 cents. But I bought in at 17 cents, or I bought in at 13 cents and 11 cents. So I'm still making money on it. Yeah. No, I did not get the Cab King at a swap meet or a rock show. I found it on Craigslist from a lady who makes jewelry, and figured that her husband could cut cabs for her to make jewelry out of, and he's not into rocks, and so, you know, she thought that it'd be a great thing for him to do, and so she bought it for him as a gift. And that shit didn't go nowhere, because you guys know how it is when you try to get somebody into rocks that's not into rocks. Like, it's like you're dragging your dog to the freaking vet, like you're dragging your kid to the dentist. Like, this does not work. You can't take somebody that's not into this and then make them do it, unless you're paying them real good money. You know, you pay somebody good ass money, then they'll be happy to do it. Lisa Owen says, holy man, those Cab Kings are mucho dinero. I would give my big toe. Yes, they are mucho dinero. Once again, that was why I paid for it when I did. I had the money right then. I saw the listing. I knew I could get the Cab King and the Durable, and between the two of them, it's about $1,800, and it looked brand new. And once again, they made a mistake, you know, on one of the wheels. I have more soft wheels, better wheels than what's on that. Actually, I have real Nova wheels. And Nova is absolutely my pick. So I couldn't beat it. You know, I think I paid 12. I want to say I paid 11, but I'm pretty sure I paid 12. And once again, 12 for both the durable saw and that. It's a really good deal in brand new condition. Mark Rich, I could have bought Apple in 1982, $4 a stock, but bought $100 in pot instead. Still kicking myself, damn. I could have bought $100 in Apple stock, but I bought $100 in weed. Geez, that's the life story of every pothead, which is exactly why I bought MedMin originally. And I honestly, when I had all of the money that I spent on this, and I spent on a couple of things, and I paid some debts, when I did that, I thought about, if I put all of this on one of my idea stocks and it blows up, that I might never have to worry about money again. And I thought about that, and I didn't do it. And ever since one of my stocks blew up, I've been fucking kicking myself. I've been for killing myself, because on the two stocks that I had picked over a 2 month period of time, one of them I would have doubled my money, and the other one I would have made $100,000 profit. Oh, goodness. Scum Frog, I live like a block from Little Ridge, where Amazon's first little building was when they were just an online bookstore. My bro worked for their mink warehouse when he was in college. $100 back then. Woo dang. Yeah. Yeah, I understand not being a rock hound, yet having a good eye, Margaret. That tends to be. I seem to have an eye in general for stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be rock houndy stuff. At the same time, when it comes to buying and selling, the thing that has worked for me is just finding out if it has any real value or if it sells at all. You know, if I can double my money on it, then I'll try and sell it, which is exactly what my packs of stuff say. I mean, woman's isotoner memory foam, these things retail for like 20 bucks. I paid 2 for that one, and that was after a whole bunch of people bought them for like 7 and 5 over at that same place. But I know a guy that sells on Amazon, and he bought like 100 of these that day for $7, because he knew he was going to get 20 something dollars on Amazon with free shipping from them. You know, I mean, Infinity War game, Robo thing, hand soap. You know, it's massagers. It doesn't matter what it is. Right now, to make a buck, it doesn't matter what it is. Paying the bills is what matters. Although, now that I think about that, I'm kicking myself. I should have contacted John out at Slaughter Mountain, and I should have asked him, you know, how are you doing? How have you been, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't talked to him since I think coronavirus was just starting. Maybe it was before coronavirus, but it's been about a year. So it's about a year ago I talked to John, and John is my friend that lives out in Navajo Nation, and mine's Slaughter Mountain Fire Agate, and I get my windows of Slaughter Mountain from him. Uh, I wonder if he has a bunch of windows, because I do not believe they did the show this year. I don't believe they did Tucson. So I wonder if he's sitting on a bunch of stuff. If he is, I should ask him if he wants me to sell it for him. Maybe do some consignment. Because I know you guys love to buy Slaughter Mountain, especially those windows like that. For sure. I mean, if I would have spent 10 hours windowing that stone that I'm going to pack up and send to these guys, I wouldn't send them near as much. I mean, the reality is that once I window that and I see the color in it, then the greed starts to kick in, and I don't ship as much. So you're not gonna get 6 pounds of windowed stones as showing color from anybody for that price. Maybe somebody from Mexico. That's possible from Mexico. I've seen some ridiculous deals out of Mexico. So something to drink real quick. Oh, don't worry, it's only black because I have the phone tipped for a second while I'm pushing a button on my cooler to get some water. Everybody's telling each other where they're from. Got a nice little crowd in here, 25 people again. Thanks for showing up, 25 people. Appreciate it. I have the next big thing to list up on my eBay store for sale is pants. I have a whole bunch of pants. I was at the store when they had the deal on clothes. So I bought all the damn Levi's I could. I didn't care about sizes or men's or women's or nothing. Because they were $3.50 per pair of Levi's. And it was any piece of clothing there. But that day I saw they had Levi's jeans. So I was after all those. I only got like 15 pairs. But I paid $2.50 for 15 pairs of Levi's jeans. Which 2 pairs in there happened to be my size. It's pretty cool. Alrighty then. I'm going to put this fire agate in bags until I get more medium-sized boxes. Almost done. Almost there. So now I at least feel better in that is prepped. Nothing's windowed yet. I told them I'd window some stuff, so I do want to window some stuff. But at least I have some of the stuff ready to go for them. Better to get something in the mail to them than, you know, end up having another excuse on why I'm not getting there, because the reality is that I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, riding a bicycle all over town, doing laundry at laundromats and shopping and buying stuff from the liquidation center in order to sell online. And it's just, I'm constantly scattered. I'm constantly, I constantly feel like harried and hurried and stuff like that. And until enough bread comes in that I can make some things happen, that's just the way it's going to be. So, just the way it's going to be, man. Hustle hard. Although I tell you what, when I pull up and I'm camped out in front of this place on a Thursday night and I'm sleeping out in front of a store and people think I'm crazy, I think I'm crazy too. Yet, most weeks it's been worth it. This last week, it was a waste of 2 days. Total waste of 2 days, man. There was nothing in that store that was worth it. And half the stuff I bought, I'm only going to get double my money if I'm lucky over time. Not a good week. Not a good week on that aspect. Oh, but you know, I should really make a video. On that aspect, not a good week. On the other aspect, I did buy 200 sports team shirts. I think they're all Houston Astros shirts. I think they're a mix of Nike and some other brands of shirts. But I bought like 200 of them, and I paid like I don't know, probably about 10 cents a shirt. So I should do a video on posting that and going through all that stuff, because I mean, I have to segregate all of those into sizes and type of shirt, because some of them are champion shirts from their 2019 championship run. So on the big stuff, not so hot. I have a lot of little stuff I need to post up. The reality with the clothes, though, man, is when I'm posting stuff for sale on the clothing aspect. Good morning, Nelma. The clothes need to go in here, like they have to. And so otherwise, all my clothes that haven't been posted yet are sitting in bags like this. And keeping them in bags like that works before I post them, but after they're posted for sale, that doesn't work, because then I can't find anything. In order to be able to find anything, I have to put them in these bins, which I need to start labeling. You're from Japan? Hello from Japan. So I need to start labeling all that stuff. I need to move my operation out of my house. My house ain't big enough to be a house and do this shit too. Well, thank you for watching from Japan. Shane, yeah, I tend to not reach out for the highest market. I like to be in that mid-range to lower range, just because of amount of sale. The sell-through rate, that's the proper term. I like my things to sell faster. I would rather lose $2 per sale if that increases my sales by 10%. You know what I mean? Like, and so on that aspect, I would rather sell more faster. But yeah, they seem to be really cool shirts. I don't have any in here, but I'm going to do a video with them, because I literally have, it was 2 shopping carts full of shirts, and the deal was $20. But it was because of the other deal I'd done. It was sort of like there was this whole thing wrapped up to where I bought a bunch of stuff they didn't want, and I took some stuff they could care less about at cheaper than they were willing to sell it to the general public. And a couple of the things are so cheap that when I sell one, it'll pay for all of the rest. So, and that's the t-shirts. The t-shirts is like, if I sell one t-shirt for $20 and it doesn't cost me anything to sell that t-shirt for $20, it pays for all the other t-shirts. So I like that part about some clothing. This was really a major lick, though. The t-shirts are a major lick. They really are. There's only one problem in that the company that they got them from, the people got sick of pulling the tags off them, the anti-theft tags. So I've got some really cool Nike shirts that have anti-theft ink tags on them still, that I have to get a thing to take them off. And I think some of them just come off with a magnet, I believe. Other ones, I think it's some sort of pressure dealio. So I got to figure that out. Yes, welcome Nelma from Japan. Thank you, Nelma. Appreciate that. It's morning in Japan. I found that out, huh? So it's probably 8 a.m. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. Yeah, Jake, you are right about that. Jake says I need to find some Red Barrel at Thomas Mountain in Utah. Yeah, I would totally be down to find some Red Barrel. I would love to have some Red Barrel in my... Excuse me. I get up early. My cat starts waking me up at like 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. I would love to find some Red Barrel. I absolutely need to do some Red Barrel on video. You were absolutely right. 11:12 a.m. on Monday. Nice. Yeah, you guys are in front of us then. It's still Sunday here. Red Barrel, Red Barrel. Yeah, especially in the Thomas... well, I guess... Topaz Mountain is in the Thomas range, right? But it's not the main body, or it's not the main area where good Red Barrel is at. There is Red Barrel, but it tends to be small. And I'm not even gonna lie, almost every single time I've gone out to that area of Topaz Mountain and I start finding topaz, I'm just so hungry to find giant chunks of topaz that I keep breaking open rocks to find topaz. and I just ignore the adventure to go find the red barrel. So you were right. The next time I go out there, that absolutely has to be one of the biggest parts of the hunt, is finding some red barrel, uh, even if it's just in that Topaz Mountain area. Getting on somebody's private claim and finding some red barrel that is some gem quality would be phenomenal. Oh, I hear a lot of complaints from hand-me-down complaints from people out in that area that that the mines are drying up on the red barrel. Super rare, ultra rare. Now everybody's gonna yawn. Yeah, for sure, bro. I didn't mean to start it. My bad. I'm I'm constantly running. I rode to that damn store today, man, and I was hoping they were gonna have some stuff. My kid told me that he needed some clothes, and so I went to that store today, and they had a sale last night that I missed, and there's just nothing there. So I rode, a bunch of miles in heavy wind today for no reason, which is hella frustrating to waste that 3 hours of my time. Hella frustrating. I'll put this up here. Quit holding it in my hand, it won't float so much. Oh, I forgot it is Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. There. Now that's taken care of. My phone shouldn't die. It is a Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yep, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. My cat is my Valentine. Oh. Man, I gotta finalize my divorce. Oh, goodness. Tell you what, though. Being single is not all it's cracked up to be. Even in a relationship that's not going good, there are so many perks to having a human body next to you. Man, I tell you what. Being that it's been almost a year that I've been by myself now, or it's been over a year that I've been by myself now, I more understand the people that never leave now than ever. Because there are some nights, there's some days, there's some moments where all the bullshit would be worth it to have somebody next to you. That is for sure. Don't let the loneliness bug get you. Stay busy. Keep a dog or a cat. Mi papa de ganja esta mi Valentina. Ah, his pipe of weed is his Valentine. That I can very much appreciate. I love my Mary Jane too. Cypress Hill. I love you, Mary Jane. Margaret didn't do anything to celebrate the day except take her mom a gift. Yay. I didn't do anything to celebrate the day either. I talked to the ex and she asked me if I wanted her to come out here. And I was like, I don't care. You want to come out here? Come out here. I'm not going to tell you that I want you to come out here. I fucking completely forgot it was Valentine's Day. And I'll bet you money she knew it was Valentine's Day when she said that. And I'll bet you my reaction was a complete opposite of the one that she wanted. Fuck, man. Yeah, that whole thing though. She wants me to buy into a narrative that's just not true. She wants me to nice no, there's no going back. It sucks too that there's no going back. I can't find a good barber. The last guy cut me bad. I'm scared to go to a barber. I'm changing the subject real quick. Who had to say something about Valentine's Day? Oh, thank you, Northwest Nature Lady. I'm hip. My husband Jack caught his ride almost 5 years gone. Valentine's Day sucks. That is a hip way of saying your husband Jack is gone. He caught his ride as in like moved out. Like I think that's what that means. I'm hip. Fuck that dude. Don't need him anyways. He left on his own. That's what it sounds like. Oh, sorry, Margaret. You didn't get to see her because of COVID. Yeah, I understand that. Hey, man, these people in the area I'm at, they don't think this stuff is real at all. Kaliko, have you ever worked with Mediterranean coral? You're talking about the red coral, right? No, I have not actually done any work with that myself. I've seen lots of it in jewelry and stuff like that, but I myself have not cut any of it. Randy, oh crap, I better call my woman. Yeah, it's a good idea to call your woman, Randy. uh, Anyway, you can give us a link to your store. My Etsy store link should be in the description. My eBay store, I have not changed anything in my description box that auto put complete stuff for over a year. So I probably should. At the same time, I'm not trying to drive false traffic to there. I'm not trying to drive just lookers, you know. And the store is basically just selling everyday crap that people would buy anywhere else, just typically at a much lower price and without the easy free returns that Amazon gives. I don't do that. Not doing that one. I've already had this dude try to return a keyboard that was a wireless keyboard, and I bought like 15 or 20 of these keyboards at once, and I barely sold them for a profit at all. Like, it was one of the worst purchases I bought so many of because I profited so little and it took me so long to do it. But they were nice enough keyboards. And he waited until I left him positive feedback. I left him positive feedback, and the day I left him positive feedback was within like a couple of hours. He sends me a return request through eBay without ever without ever contacting me. And he's like, oh, it showed up damaged. Had been at his house for like 12 days or something like that. And my response is, well, if it showed up damaged, why'd you wait 12 days? Oh, well, it just showed up today, is what he says. I'm like, oh, really? Send me pictures of how it showed up damaged. He's like, showed up damaged and it's missing a key. I'm like, showed up damaged and it's missing a key. Well, I mean, it was inside of a box, wrapped inside of a bag. So, I mean, even if it got damaged, the key should be in there. Like, it shouldn't be missing. Like, you know, the package would have to be opened for the part to have fallen out. So he sends me a picture, and it is bent like a taco. And it's a thin aluminum wireless keyboard with a wireless mouse combo, and it sits on two little feet. And what it looks like to me is that some idiot was playing it and got mad at his game or mad at somebody he was talking to and slammed his hand in the middle of the keyboard. And it's an aluminum keyboard. It was a $50 keyboard that I sold for like 15 bucks plus the price of shipping. And since it wasn't plastic, it didn't just reflect and rebounce his anger at the keyboard. It bent and stayed bent. And that's what he sent me a picture of. He tried to get me to pay for it and told me that I had to contact the post office to redeem insurance. You're fucking crazy, dude. This is why I don't do easy returns, because the majority of the returns I'm going to have to deal with are not going to be my error. They're going to be somebody is fraudulent. And don't get me wrong, I do fix my mistakes. I have had to refund money no less than 10 times since I started reselling because of a mistake I made. When it's a mistake I made, more times than not, if it's not going to be profitable enough for me to send and have it shipped back to me for me to resell it one more time, then I just give them their money and let them keep the product. You know, if the profit margin is low enough, which it usually is. So yeah, it's not that I don't fix my own problems. It's just that I don't accept bullshit returns like Amazon. Oh shit, he died. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. Now I feel bad. Damn. What a dick. Not him, me. For saying shit about the dead dude. Sorry about that, Lisa. He was an amazing man. See, Margaret. Oh, damn. See, sorry, Lisa. This is exactly how I feel. I feel like a dumbass. Randy, we don't care what you talk about here, Randy. Oh, that's very cool, Lisa. Um, and I'm losing my. There we go. Yes, I agree. Resort dog people need to be responsible, and they need to file the damage claim if it was damaged. But it wasn't damaged by the post office. The dude was a liar and a scammer. He immediately left me negative feedback when I denied his his request, and then it was easily removed by eBay because it was so obvious. It was so obvious, like. Guy Wilson, need a link to buy your jewelry. I don't have any jewelry yet, Guy. Um, I have stones, but I don't actually have any jewelry. I personally don't make jewelry. I would like to, but it's not something that I've been trained to or have focused on or have had the means to do. So I don't have any jewelry for sale right now at this point in time. I have coats for sale. I have clothes for sale. I have hand sanitizer for sale. I have seat cushions for sale. I have hair volumizers for sale. I have fire agate for sale. I have rocks. I can sell you some rocks. Which that's I'm going to contact my buddy from Slaughter Mountain and maybe we'll get the $1 auctions going again. Because at one point in time those auctions were pulling in a fair bit of money from my viewers. At the same time, one of the reasons I stopped those auctions is because I had a problem with one of my viewers, and they crossed the line on what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. And one of the things they were telling me was that I was supporting you. They were telling that was them talking to me. They were telling me that they were supporting me by buying those fire agate windows from Slaughter Mountain. And yeah, I felt like if one person thought that, then maybe multiple people thought that. And I didn't want it to be that people were buying fire agate with the impression that the only reason they were buying the fire agate was to give me money. You know what I mean? Like if you're buying the fire agate, you need to be buying the fire agate so you can cut the fucking fire agate, not be to be giving me money. If you want to give me money, then give me fucking money, and then I can feel bad for you giving me money, and I'm not going to feel guilty because you buy fire agate from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to feel indebted to you for buying fire agate from me. You send me 10 grand, I'm going to feel indebted to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the two things are completely different. One of those things I'm working for, and the other one you're just giving me. So does that make sense to you guys? Because the moment that this dude like crossed that line, and I thought we were like buddy buddy, but the moment we crossed that line where he was like, well, I'm keeping you going because I'm giving you this money, as if I'm not selling him something, he's just giving it to me. That was where I was like, I put the brakes on all of it. Like I was having other issues going on. It just seemed like a good time to shut that down at that point in time. So that's part of what happened and why the $1 fire agate auction stopped when they did. Um, I tell you what though, man, there was some real. Hey Scott, there was some really high quality stones going for some really dirt cheap prices too. So I got a lot of flack from other people in the fire agate industry that were angry at me at some of the prices that those windows were selling for. So yeah. And I would go right back to doing it again right now too if I could get them like that. I mean, I could go and window all my stones. I definitely need to do that. My finger that I bruised, that had that big blister, the blister thing is finally ready to come off. I'll be able to cut those stones real soon. Yay, grossness. So on that note, I think it's about time for me to wrap it up. We've been here for about 70 minutes. It's much longer than I thought it would be. I appreciate it. And just imagine when I'm actually cutting stones, those will be those whole 2 and 3 and possibly 4 hour live streams, because that's how long it takes to cut stones typically. Yeah, yeah. I'm ready to do some surgery and cut this big old blister spot off the top of my finger. It's been driving me crazy for a while, but I'm glad it's finally healed up. Bunch of fresh skin under there. I don't want it to get infected, so might as well cut the old stuff off. On that note, anybody have anything to say before we just say goodbye? And probably going to be back real soon. Probably like in the next day or so. Or, you know, maybe I'll just cut some stones and make a video of it. I need to do something. I do. I wonder, you know, maybe if I was pumping out a video every single day, maybe the financial worry of hustling out products would not be so great. I just thought this, you know, today, which I don't understand why I just thought it today. But there is that. Anyways, tell me what you think. I read everybody's comments. I love y'all for watching. Scott Lambert just got here and I'm ready to say goodnight. Margaret says, I'm probably going to go finish painting my living room. I, Margaret, am probably going to go and get a snack and then go to bed, to tell you the truth. It's 8:30 and I usually go to sleep like 9:30. So everybody's dropping out. I love you for watching. I'll see you soon. Next Sunday, we're going to do it again, though. Every Sunday, hell or high water, unless something comes up. I'll like start it early or maybe start it late or something like that. But I'll see y'all soon. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon.